Hello everyone, welcome back to Bridge is for Everyone. My name's Jad. This is episode 14 of the 2 over 1 series. This episode looks at how to use advanced point count with 2 over 1. If you're unfamiliar with advanced point count, I suggest you look at topic 7 in my extensions playlist, which explains it in detail. There's a link to the video in the description. Let's start with an example. This is board T35. Partner is the dealer. Here is your hand. As always, you value your hand. You have 12 high card points and 1 long point for a total of 13 points. Your only short suit is the doubleton spade, so your hand is balanced. And you have only one biddable suit, hearts. Partner opens the bidding with 1 spade, and East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. Partner's bid shows 13 to 21 points and 5 or more spades. You apply the rules for a 2 over 1 response. You don't have a fit with partner's spades, but you do have a 5-card heart suit. With 13 points, you have enough strength for a 2 over 1 game force bid. You bid 2 hearts. West passes. Partner bids 4 no trump, and East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. Partner's bid provides a great deal of information. First, it promises a fit with your heart suit, so you know you will play a heart contract. Second, it promises 17 or more points, the minimum required to start investigating a slam contract. Third, because it jumps any Italian control bid, it promises first or second round controls in all the side suits. And finally, it starts a Roman keycard Blackwood sequence. Partner wants to know how many keycards you have. You first look for aces, but find none. You look for the king in the agreed trump suit, hearts, but you do not have it. You have no keycards, so you respond accordingly. You bid 5 diamonds. West passes. Partner bids 5 hearts, and East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. Partner's bid of the trump suit is a stop bid. Partner has determined that a slam contract cannot be bid. You support partner's decision and pass. And West passes to end the auction. The contract is 5 hearts by South. Let's look at partner's hand to see if this is a reasonable contract. You are missing 2 key cards, the ace of diamonds and the king of trumps. This is why partner bailed out of the slam investigation. But these are not the only weaknesses you face. A quick look at the club suit shows you are missing the king of clubs. If your opponents can exploit this before you can establish tricks elsewhere, your contract could fail. What you really want is to be playing 4 hearts, not 5. The scoring is the same, but the likelihood of failure would be much less. Let's go back to the bidding and see why you couldn't play 4 hearts. After your 2 heart bid, partner went straight past 4 hearts and bid 4 no trump. The only way you could have stopped at 4 hearts is not to bid 2 hearts. But you followed all the rules, so how could you bid differently? The answer is advanced point count. Let's rewind the bidding and see how this works. It's your turn to bid. Your standard point count is 13, so you will bid. But before deciding on the level of your bid, you apply the advanced point count rules. There is only one rule that applies. You have 6 cards that are queens or jacks, and only one that is an ace or king. You follow the rule and subtract 1 point from the total value of your hand. It is now worth only 12 points. You apply the 2/1 bidding rules for a 12-point hand response. You bid 1 no trump. West passes. Partner bids 2 hearts. And East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. Partner's rebid shows 13 to 18 points and 4 or more hearts. You have a fit with partner's hearts and will play a heart contract. Revaluing your hand leaves it unchanged. You still have an advanced point count of 12. You add your 12 to partner's minimum of 13 for a total of 25 points. This is enough for a game bid in hearts. You bid 4 hearts. West passes, partner passes, and East passes to end the auction. The contract is 4 hearts by North. The use of advanced point count has enabled you to stop at this much safer contract. I strongly recommend that you apply advanced point count before making a 2/1 game force bid. This is not the only situation where it may save you from a difficult contract. This video showed how to use advanced point count with the 2/1 game force bidding system. Thanks for watching. If you found the video useful, please consider subscribing to this channel. Until next time, this is Jad reminding you that bridge is for everyone.